You may or may not have watched my video where I bash Half-Life 2. However, now it's time to put all the negativity to the side and actually praise a part of Half-Life 2 which is rarely taken into consideration by Half-Life fans. Perhaps because this Half-Life 2 feature is not really included in Half-Life 2, but is relegated to its own separate game for some strange reasons. Am I talking about the episodes? About Half-Life Lost Coast? Or about some obscure mods? No, this video is a celebration to Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. I must give credits where credits are due, and even though I heavily criticized Half-Life 2 combat, if you substitute a weak enemy roster with actually living and breathing players, well, Half-Life 2 instantly becomes incredibly fun. I'm actually excited to talk about this because, first of all, if Half-Life 2 Deathmatch was pretty much dead 5 to 7 years ago, I believe that lately it has seen a resurgence, and the same applies to Half-Life 1. There are indeed servers populated with actual players, not just bots, although sometimes they both blend in with each other. This means that whenever you want, instead of playing the noob-friendly Gmod, which is for noobs, you should really consider hopping in an Half-Life 2 Deathmatch server and get your ass kicked by me. However, you must be wondering, why should I really try this old ass game with just one game mod and the most basic game mod in video game history as well? First of all, if you have watched the couple of minutes of gameplay during this introductory speech, you might guess why. Half-Life 2 Deathmatch is an absolute mess, and in a good way. There are more objects flying in the air, ranging from grenades to concrete bricks up to radiators, than in Ukraine's sky at the moment. The first main cool feature about this game is that, unlike other arena FPS, you already possess quite a solid arsenal from the start. The SMG deals little damage, sure, but if your tracking and headshotting skills are on point, you can turn opponents' faces into a bloody mess. The pistol is a bit better mid to long range, but killing an enemy with it is quite hard. And that's when the handiest tool in your weapon roster comes into play, which is the gravity gun, and it finally confers a sense to all the litter scattered around every source map ever. Now you can pick up the litter and kill your enemies with it. And the gravity gun is gonna be your bread and butter if you still haven't picked up a stronger weapon like the revolver, crossbow or pulse rifle. Every time I pick up a brick and smash it on another foe's nose or brow ridge, I get a boner for the excitement. An enemy sailing you with an SMG? Well, pick up an explosive barrel and watch him fly in the air. Moreover, the gravity gun combos perfectly with the 2 grenades you spawn with. And this is the most fun mechanic in Half-Life 2. Dropping a grenade to your feet, pick it up with the gravity gun, and time it perfectly to blow up not just one, but even 2 or 3 players at the same time. This is an incredibly fun and satisfying mechanic in Half-Life 2. And if you're feeling lazy or suicidal, you can even pick up the beeping grenade with the gravity gun and suicide bomb yourself onto an enemy to die together like Romeo and Juliet did. It takes a certain degree of skill to perform this combo, but once you nail it, you will forever have a grin on your face while playing not just Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, but even Half-Life 2 Campaign. It's also thanks to the great source physics and ragdolls if you will catch yourself grinning at your screen like a kid. Then you get your standard crowbar or baton, which is actually decently effective against the noobs with bad aim, given the little amount of damage the SMG deal. It's good to humiliate noobs with, or get humiliated yourself. Now let's take a look at the stronger weapons in the game, and you're probably already accustomed to them, since it's not like Half-Life 2 offers that much weapon variety. Let's start by the lamest one, the RPG, which is just as lame and overpowered as in Half-Life 1. Explosives have always been insanely strong in the Half-Life games, and even with bad aim, you're pretty much assured to get one kill for each rocket you shoot. Or maybe not. Anyways, the ragdolls are so cool that even though the RPG is kinda for noobs, I still use it whenever I lay my hands on it. Next comes the revolver, and what can I say? If shooting combines in the head felt satisfying, killing actual players who are prone to raging becomes even more gratifying. However, contrary to Half-Life 1 Deathmatch, where the revolver only deals 40 damage, you don't even need to aim for the head in Half-Life 2, since you can play it safe and shoot at the body, since every bulky 357 bullet deals a whopping 75 damage, and even if the opponent has armor, 2 shots are usually all it takes to bring your foes to their knees. I'm a big fan of Half-Life Revolver, and the Half-Life 2 one truly feels like an hand cannon. Big thumbs up. The crossbow follows next, and it's a powerhouse of a weapon that one-shots enemies that have 0 armor. Hitting long-range shots, although difficult since it's not hit scan like the revolver, but projectile based, is incredibly gratifying. And sticking opponents to the wall like Jesus was put on a cross will always be a great experience. The AR2 behaves the same as the single player counterpart, and obviously having it equipped is great to show SMG wielding plebs their powerlessness when forced to face a superior gun. The maps of Half-Life 2 Deathmatch are decent enough. In my opinion, some of them are a bit scarce in pickups. In fact, I think that spreading a bit more medkit and armor cells around the maps wouldn't have hurt. Also, some rooms that might look important given how well furnished and detailed they are, sometimes are empty of anything that could serve the player, like a gun or a medkit. It's kind of a bummer. 2 more minor gripes I have with this game are the following. The first revolves around the weapons laying on the ground, and how susceptible they are to the source physics. One blast from a grenade or explosive barrel, and they fly away to God knows where, to the point that sometimes you start questioning your own intellect, because you were sure the crossbow spawns in that one spot, but you never seem to find it there. I think that static pickup weapons would be a better mechanic, but whatever, the game is still fun. The second issue regards the sprinting mechanic. I do not enjoy having to press an extra button to go fast. I still can't figure out what's the best keyboard key I should bind it to. However, a good player in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch is immediately recognizable by the way he strafes left and right while holding the sprint, making him quite hard to hit, and in turn aiming for him becomes harder. Also, you can sprint backwards, which is nice because it means you won't get outrun by an enemy sprinting at your face with a swinging combine electric baton in his hand. So, do I recommend Half-Life 2 Deathmatch? Of course. Stop wasting your life in 15 minutes long competitive CSGO matches, or hiding in a corner in Warzone until you gotta score just a couple of kills to win your 30-minute dumb Battle Royale match. The cool thing about FPS arenas like Half-Life 2 Deathmatch type of games is that in a matter of 20 minutes you have already racked up 50 plus kills. You have trained your aim more than ever and gotten your daily dose of classic FPS carnage. It's great for people who don't have a lot of time, who work and we're adults, cause we all grew up unfortunately. Anyways guys, this is the video for today. Hope you play Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, cause it's cool.